I got a question from a viewer named Robert who asked, what if all the DNA in my body suddenly unraveled? Robert, first of all, blink twice if you're currently trapped inside a secret underground genetics facility, because that is not a normal shower thought. That is the kind of question scientists ask right before accidentally creating a supervillain. But let's find out. Every cell in your body contains DNA, the biological instruction manual that tells your cells how to build, repair, and maintain you. And nature is unbelievably efficient at packing it. If you took the DNA from a single human cell and stretched it out end to end, it would be about 2 meters or 6.5 feet long. That's impressive. But here's the part that gets ridiculous. Your body contains roughly 30 trillion cells. Multiply that by 2 meters per cell, and suddenly you're carrying around nearly 60 billion kilometers of DNA. That's around 37 billion miles. For perspective, that's enough DNA to travel from Earth to Pluto and back multiple times. Every single day. You are basically a walking cosmic storage device held together by skin and bad decisions. Now let's pull the thread. The moment every strand of DNA in your body suddenly unravels, everything goes catastrophically wrong. Because DNA isn't just stored information, its structure is part of the system. Inside each cell, DNA is tightly wrapped around proteins, folded, coiled, compressed, and organized with insane precision. Your cells depend on that organization to function. The instant it disappears, your chromosomes collapse. Your cells lose access to the instructions needed to build proteins. No proteins means no repairs. No repairs means no function. No function means no life. Within moments, trillions of cells begin experiencing total genetic failure. Brain cells stop maintaining electrical signals. Heart cells lose the ability to coordinate contractions. Immune cells forget what they're fighting. Liver cells stop processing toxins. It's as if every employee in a company suddenly lost access to every computer, every document, and every memory at exactly the same time. The factory doesn't slow down, it stops. And there is another problem. A massive amount of DNA physically unfolding inside every cell would create absolute chaos. Imagine trying to stuff miles of tangled fishing line into a room the size of a dust particle. Cell structures would be crushed, molecular machinery would jam, membranes would rupture. The internal organization that keeps cells alive would disintegrate, not because the DNA explodes, but because the entire architecture of life suddenly turns into molecular spaghetti. The result? You wouldn't feel pain. You wouldn't have time. The biological systems responsible for consciousness would fail almost immediately. One moment you're wondering whether pineapple belongs on pizza. The next moment your body has experienced the most complete systems failure possible in biology. Game over. So the answer is simple, Robert. If all the DNA in your body suddenly unraveled, you wouldn't become a mutant. You wouldn't gain superpowers. You wouldn't transform into a giant chromosome monster. You would instantly discover just how much of your existence depends on a microscopic molecule folded with absurd precision. The real miracle isn't that DNA contains the blueprint for life. The miracle is that your body somehow manages to pack an interstellar-length instruction manual into trillions of tiny cells without turning itself into soup. And somehow, it's been doing it successfully every second of your life. So tonight, take a moment to appreciate your chromosomes. They're working overtime to prevent you from becoming the world's most expensive puddle.